He was born in a Hindu Brahmin family. In the Hindu tradition, the eldest son has to perform the final funeral rites. And so he only had 3 daughters. I was the son of his elder brother, and I counted as his sort of eldest son. I was very close to him. So I ended up going to Benares, which is a place where they perform the final rites. And I had to do a series of rites for my uncle. At the final point, I even saw the ashes of his body. Death as being so close was something that really, really struck me. I started looking into what death means in other traditions and the afterlife. So there's Hinduism, that wonderful combination of different faiths, and from the Indian subcontinent, different ways of thinking, because the term Hindu itself is kind of a catch term. And then you had Judaism, which is kind of the people of Judea, the people of Israel, the tribe. Christianity generally centering on the person of Christ and what happened, and the idea of his redemptive sacrifice. Islam was kind of giving a more broader message. For starters, the Prophet Muhammad, who's, at least to my mind, seemed the founder of Islam, is not mentioned in the Quran apart from 3 times. And then there's Abraham popping up, and Noah popping up, and Jesus popping up. And what's that got to do with, Arabia at that time? And then a different narrative started emerging. So the first narrative I had was there's lots of different paths, everyone's going to God. And then a different narrative emerged, which is God is one, and the essence of his path of submitting to that oneness is one. And he has been sending different messengers to each and every nation from the beginning of time until now. And that was, Adam was the first. And that religion, for all intents and purposes, in Arabic could be called Islam, or that way could be called Islam, but that is the one path, that is the path of God. I couldn't imagine someone from Hinduism could become Muslim, and at least not in the background that I had. So upper class Brahmin sort of environment with tight-knit family, very close, well off, not many problems. And then, why would you do that? Why would I convert? What finally pushed it over was that someone who I really looked up to, who had converted a year or 2 before, and his life had literally changed. I was walking with him, and he literally looked at me and he said, "You don't know how long you're going to live. You don't know how much time you've got." And he said, "Don't you want to live your life, or at least say what it is that you believe in to yourself?" And I think for a lot of converts, the real proof becomes their post-conversion stories, especially when there's so much family pressure against them. You think there's no way, just when you think it's all, I've got no way out, there's some support coming, the most amazing ways.